This conference will now be recorded.
So when did you complete your exams?
On Saturday, mom.
Okay.
Saturday.
So have you gone through anything about Excel? Have you worked on Excel?
Mom, before the CIA we had.
Hmm?
Before the CIA we had worked on it.
Okay. Okay. Today I'll be telling you about custom views. So with the help of custom view, for my reference, I'll be having the full data. If I want to give this data to manager or to the client, I'll not be giving full information. In that case, how I can hide particular column so that we can check it out. Okay. Now this is for my reference. So I'll create a view. So I have some information here, that is owner name, product, price. Okay. So I'm telling you about custom views. So I'm creating the custom views. I can display the custom view and I can delete the custom views. So this is for my reference. So what I'll do, I have a information here. I'll go to view. I'll go for custom view. Then I'll click on add. This details has to be displayed only for me. So my reference. I'll give it as my reference as my custom view name. Okay. So I'll just click on OK. Now if I want to give it to manager, or if I want to give this to client, when I'm giving this for client, I will hide the price. Okay. So how do I hide this column? How do I hide the price column?
You can press on hide. That's in the view column.
Pardon? You can click on
You can
hide,
hide on the view
or
column.
right click on hide. That column is hidden. Now what I'm going to do is, I want to give a name for this. Go to view, click on custom view, add. This details is for the client. For the client, I'm giving only the owner name and the product. Okay. So again, if you want to display all the details, either you can double click here or you can unhide either of the thing. Now if I want to give this details to manager, I don't want this A column details to be displayed. So I'll select this A column, go to custom view, go for this column, right click, hide. I want to hide that. I want to give only this information. Either you can select this, go to custom view, click on add, type manager. This details is for manager. For manager, I don't want that A column details to be displayed. I want owner name, product and price of the product. He can view this details. Okay. Now, if I want to see the custom view, when I click on my reference, it will show you all the details. It's for my reference. Okay. If I click on client, it will show you only the client details. In that case, price is hidden. I can click on custom view. If I say manager, so only this details has to be displayed. Clear? So if I want to delete this custom views, you can click on this delete. If you delete the custom view, you cannot undo to get the view name back. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Any
Yes,
doubts?
ma'am. Yes. Ma'am,
Everyone?
could you repeat it?
Yes. So I'll delete this view names. Okay. This is my database. Okay. So this is for my reference. I have stored the information. For this, I'm going to give a name. Okay. For this information, I want to give a name. This is for my reference. What I am doing here is I have entered the database, which includes owner name, product and price of the product. Okay. So in this case, what I am doing, I am working on custom views. That is, I am creating the custom view. I can display whatever views that I am creating. That is one custom view for myself, one custom view which has to be given to the client. In that case, which are the column that has to be hidden and given to the client. Okay. And for manager, which are the details to be given. So I'm going to create the custom views. Okay. So this is my information. For this, I'm giving a name by going to view tab, clicking on custom view, click on add. So here I'm giving a name myself or my reference. For my reference, I've given the name as myself. Whenever I wanted to see the details of myself, it will show you this full details. Okay. Now when I want to give the information to the client, in that case I don't want the price to be displayed for him. I want to hide this. So I'll select this column, F column. I will hide it. And then I'm going to create a custom view. Okay. If you don't want even a column, that also can be hidden. Okay. If not, owner name and product. Only this much detail has to be displayed. So I'm creating a custom view. This details I'm giving you to the client. So again, you should unhide it. You can unhide it. I want to create one more custom view which has to be given to the manager. Right click, hide. In that case, I want even the price to be given to the manager. So I'm creating the custom view. Click on add. The details is for manager. Now I'll go for custom view. Say client. One second. Hello. So go to view. If I say client, it will show you only the details of owner name and product. If I select manager for this custom view show, it will show you only these details including price. So if I want to see the details what I have stored in my worksheet for my reference, then I can go for this. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
When you want some information to be given to anyone, so whether when you're sharing the details for which person, which details need to be given, so you're going to hide it and you're going to give it to them, or you want to give a name so that only that details has to be displayed. Clear? When you're checking the details, so you're assigning a name for it. Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay, how about everyone? Only one is.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, now you have a relative reference. So in case of relative reference, already we have come across this. Okay, so if you want to know the amount, so you have a data here, you have product, quantity, price. So if you want to calculate the amount, so how do I calculate? How do I calculate?
Ma'am, could you repeat the question?
Quantity and price.
Quantity and price need to be multiplied to arrive the amount.
So we select the cell that's B4 into
Ah,
C4.
yes, B4 into C4. So you're going to get the amount. So I need not calculate this for each and every cell. Using fill hand, you can drag it or you can just double click there. Formula is copied to rest of the cells and cell reference is changed, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Any doubts in this? This is your relative reference. Is it clear? Any doubts in this?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
Next, you have absolute reference. So in this case, what I'm doing is I have month, and I have sales, and I have found the total sales. So my sales value commences from B4 to B15. Okay. If I want to get the sum of the above values, what is the function that you are using? I want to get the total sales. Which is the function you are going to use?
Ma'am,
Equals to
equal to
sum.
sum.
Equal to sum. Your cell reference commences from
B4
B4. 2 means
to B15.
colon, 2 colon, 2 dots. Okay. The range commences from B4 to
B15.
B15. Okay. So you are getting the sum of sales from January to December. Okay. Now, if I want to know the percentage, so what I'm going to do is equal to sales divided by total. Total is present in which cell? Huh?
B16.
B16. So you mention B16 cell. Okay. Here you're going to get the percentage. Okay. But if I drag it, it is going to show you division error. Why? If I go to that cell, what is the formula? It is showing what is the formula it is been shown in that cell.
B5 divided by B17.
Do you have any value in B17?
No,
What is that cell? What do you have in that cell?
that's an empty cell.
Empty cell. So if I go to the next cell,
Again,
what
it's
is the
the
cell
same
reference?
because B 18 is shown, which is an empty
So
cell.
it is shifting, isn't it? One cell it is taking extra. If I want that cell to remain constant, so what I'm going to do is I'll make it as fixed. Okay. So what I'll do, I want this formula to be fixed. So you're going to make it as absolute addressing. So what I can do, I can go to this cell in the formula bar. You can press function key F4 to make it constant. Okay. So it's going to include dollar sign. Now see, you're going to get the percentage. It's not going to show you the division error.
Ma'am, you only selected B16 to be constant, right?
Yes, only B16. B16 has to be constant. That is your total cell should be constant. It should not keep varying. If not, it was selecting the new cell, no? B17, B18, wherein it has got no value in that cell. It was showing you division error. Understood? Have you understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're making
Yes, ma'am.
constant. Which cell you're making constant? Fixed. Which cell you're making it fixed?
B16.
B16. So in the formula bar, or you can double click on the cell. Okay. So here you have B16, right? You have B16. Just press function key F4 there. If you press function key F4, automatically you can see dollar sign has been added. B, before B dollar sign is added, and before 16 dollar sign is added. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts? Any doubts you have in absolute
Ma'am, could you
addressing?
show again how you made B16 as the constant?
First thing, you have month and sales. What you need to do is you have to find the total sales value. So you can be in B16 cell, find the sum of the sales. Your range commences from B4 to B15. So now you have got the total sales. You've got the total sales. Now I want to know the percentage. So if I want to know the percentage equal to, so your sales value is present in which cell?
Ma'am, B4.
B4. So B4 divided by
B16.
B16. B16. For the first cell, it is showing you the percentage. But when you try to drag it, so it is showing you division error. It is taking next cell wherein you don't have that cell, you don't have any value in that cell. So I want the cell to be, that cell should be constant. Okay, it should not keep varying for every cell. I want this B16 to be constant. So what I'm going to do is, you can go to this formula bar. Okay, you can press function key F4 to make that cell reference fixed. That cell value should not keep changing. Now if I press enter, double click, see it's going to show you the percentage. So you can find the sum. Then find the sum of this percentage. So it will show you 100%. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now if I want to find the multiplication table, so I can make use of even this mixed reference. Okay, so I want to get multiplication of 5, 10. Okay, so multiplication, it starts from 5 ones are to 5 tens are. Okay, so here this cell is blank. So in B3 cell you have entered 5, in C3 cell you have entered 10, and I want to get multiplication of 5 from 1 to 10. Okay, so here you're going to type the formula is equal to this cell multiplied by this cell, that is A4 into B4, B3. So 1 5s are 5, 2 5s are 10, 3 5s are 15. but it is not showing you the proper value. So I want to make it constant. So here you press function key F4. Here also you press function key F4. You're going to make it as absolute cell addressing. Both row and column row should be so you're making only B3 as constant. So 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10, like this. Okay, B3 into B4. So again here, if you drag it, it will not be copied. You have to do it once again. Now you tell me what I have to do. Equal to
B1 into C3.
C3 into
B4.
B4. C3 into B4. So it is showing a different value. Here you make the C3 as constant. So here what you have to press, which function key? Function key F4. You have to press function key F4 to make it as constant. Clear? Any
Ma'am,
doubts?
can you please show it again?
Yes. Now you tell me, I have to find multiplication table of 5 and 10. Okay. So I'm multiplying B3 with with A4 equal to B3 multiplied by A4. So using fill hand, if you drag it, so you have to make this B3 as constant. So what you're going to do, you're making this fixed by pressing function key F4. It becomes absolute addressing. Now you're going to get the proper value. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now in this cell, what you have to do?
Equals to A4 into C3.
A4, A3. In A3 you have 10, right? A3
In
you have
C3.
10. sorry, in C3 you have the value multiplied by
A4.
A4. Now you have to make C3 constant. Go here. Which function key I have to press?
F4.
F4. Press F4, enter. Using fill hand, drag it. Clear? Any doubts? Any doubts? Okay, I have one more example here. So cashier reconciliation sheet. Okay. So date is today. So today I'm getting so many invoices, but my opening cash I have 10, I have 100. Okay. So total cash for today. Okay. So what will be the total cash if I want to check it out? What I'm doing is opening cash. I have mentioned 100. If I want to know the total cash, I'm finding the sum of B4 to B6. Okay. Now it is showing you 100. If you want it to be copied till here, okay, using fill hand you can drag it. So invoice number, I'll type some invoice. For this invoice amount is say 50. Now see, totally 100 plus 50, 150 it has been added. Now if I type 40, it is not showing you the proper output. If you want that value to be remain constant, so B4 I'll make it as constant by pressing function key F4. Whatever remaining value if I add, it is going to add along with this. See 100 plus 50, 150, 150 plus 40, 190. Again I have one more invoice number. So if I enter some value here, automatically it keeps adding. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts you have in this? Any doubts? If you want your cell reference to be made constant, you'll be pressing function key F4, wherein so before the column name and before the cell reference, which cell it represents, it's going to include dollar sign. That is, you're making that cell constant, fixed. Clear? Have you understood? Should I have to repeat? Are you people there? Hello?
No,
Hello?
ma'am, we understood.
You understood? Okay. So you'll be having your exams on 7th September. That is on Thursday. Okay.
I'm online
So
or offline?
it will be online, ma. So how do I log in? I'll show you once. Okay. So you have to go to this. Here you type Xenox. Xenox student login. Okay. ZDNOX. There you have student login. Go there. Here student login you have to click. So here you are supposed to type your mobile number. Okay. Here I am just showing you. So I have entered the mobile number here. Sign in. So password is you're supposed to type NICT 72. Okay. Sign in. Then here you can see dash here. Click on this. Then you go to exam. There you click on this view. Then start exam. I agree. Continue. You should type the pin. Pin is 123. Then you can take up your exam. Start exam. Clear? Okay. Then you can submit it in the end. So you have to be quicker. Okay. Any doubts you have in this?
Ma'am, once again, can you tell the password, ma'am?
Password is NICT 72.
Ma'am,
And
what's
pin,
the timing?
it will be for 30 minutes or 20 minutes, ma.
Ma'am, we
So
can
within
take
that
it on
time,
any day or
you can, yeah, you can take it in your mobile. You can take it, but this is the procedure. So username will be your mobile number. Password will be NICT 72. Pin will be 123.
Ma'am, at what time is it going to happen?
So I will tell you, ma. Once you have to just know about how to log in. Any further updates I can give you tomorrow.
Ma'am, is
This is
Ma'am,
just
NICT
to
tomorrow do we
show
have
capital
you.
classes?
small?
Yeah, tomorrow one day you'll have your class, ma.
Is NICT capital or small?
It's everything is lowercase. NICT 72, it's one word. So you want me to show it once again? Go to Chrome. Here you type Xenox, ZDNOX, EXPR, student login. Here you will get student login. Click on this. Click on student login. So you should type your mobile number or you can type email address. So you type your mobile number. Okay. They must have collected your mobile numbers, right? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
So your mobile number will be your login, that is login ID. Here I am using this number for showing it to you, and password will be NICT 72.
Ma'am, NICT is capital letters.
No ma, it is lowercase NICT 72. Then you can go here, you can go for exam, click on this dash sign, then you select exam, and then go to view, continue exam, I agree, continue. See, totally it is 60 minutes. Each question carries 2 marks. Total questions will be 50. Clear?
What kind of questions will be there, ma'am?
It's multiple choice, ma. I had told you, you have to once take up the exam, go to quiz, Excel quiz, question and answers you will get once you try out, so that you will not have any problems. Have you tried any time? Pin is 1 to 3. Have you tried? So formula in Excel
Yes, ma'am.
starts with what?
Equals
Equal
to.
to.
So like this. Select this. Next. Like this. A spreadsheet contains.
Rows and columns.
Rows and column.
So like this, multiple choice questions will be there. Okay. You can try it out. So I had told you, meantime, go through it. Okay. So
Excuse
I
me,
had
ma'am.
told you. Yes,
Click
ma.
the option, ma'am.
What, ma?
Ma'am, tomorrow we have the last class.
Yes, ma. Last class. If you have any doubts, so please, you can ask me. I can help you out. Meantime, I had told you, go to Excel quiz, question and answer. So you can try it out. Even these things. MS Excel stands for what?
Microsoft Excel.
So you first predict the output, then you click on this, check it out. Excel is a
Spreadsheet software.
so like this. I wanted you to try it out. Okay. So like this, you'll get so many questions. So you'll get an idea before taking up your exams, and you can also, I had given you shortcuts. So I want you to try it out. There are so many hundreds of questions. So you will get to know. So in which are the tabs, what are the things available, whether you have practiced everything. Okay. You will try it out. You'll be trying it out.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
You have to do it. Then you will not have any stage fear or what type of questions it will be asked. So whether you're prepared or not, at least by going through that, you'll get still more confidence that you know about the subject and what you're lacking. So everything you'll get to know. Okay. So I've told you about data tab. In data tab, I have told you about sort, that is arranging your column values in ascending or descending order. Then we have learnt filters. So wherein you have a huge database, I don't want to see all the records. Based on my condition, records need to be displayed. When you go for filter, disadvantage, based on my criteria, records are displayed and other records are hidden. So for that reason, you can go for advanced filter. In advanced filter, you are able to see all the records. You can set the condition in a new location. Based on that criteria, records are displayed in a new location. Clear? Are you clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Then text column. You have a sentence. You want to break that into words and display it in different, means you have first name, middle name, last name. I want that to be splitted and displayed in 3 cells. I can make use of this text to column. Then you have a flash fill. In that you have to, if you have a sentence, in that if you want to extract only numeric values, how to extract only numeric values? First, you need to mention the pattern, in which pattern you want the output to be displayed. And once you have applied for one particular cell, so for remaining cells, automatically when you click on flash fill from the database, it's going to extract based on what you have mentioned in the first cell. Clear? Are you people there?
Yes, ma'am.
Then you have remove duplicate. If you have any repeated values in your database, if you want to extract the records only once, only unique values if you wanted, click on this remove duplicates. Then I have told you about data validation, wherein I want to give a restriction to the user. He has to accept only designation based on my criteria. He should not enter any other designation other than what you have mentioned. It might be manager, clerk, analyst. If you try to insert other than that, error message has to be popped up. And data validation, you can extend the validation, and if you have entered any incorrect values in that cell, it has to be circled. Then I had told you about consolidation. You want to get the consolidated marks for 3 years, or you can go for sales report for the 3 years. You can try it out. Then I've told you about group, ungroup, subtotal, goal seek scenario. Have you people practiced? Have you people practiced?
Yes, ma'am.
I had given you some assignments. So I have told you about trace precedence, how the cell is dependent on the cell, row wise or column wise, and trace dependence, how other cells are dependent on that particular cell. See, it will show you trace precedent, how that cell is dependent on that cell. And different types of functions I've told you. Then I've told you about page layout, how to set the margin, how to so what are the types of orientation you have, portrait and landscape. You can select the paper size on which it you're taking the printout, whether you're taking the printout on A4 size, A5 size. You can print the content in the center of the page by selecting horizontally. Horizontally, if you select top, margin, left and right, it will adjust to the center, but the content starts immediately after 1 inch. But if you want equal spacing to be left in the top, bottom, left and right, you can select both horizontally and vertically. You can see the preview here. If you don't select anything, default, it will print from the corner after 1 inch. You have header and footer. If you want the company name to appear on top of the page, you can go for custom header. In the bottom of the page, in the custom footer, you can include page number, date, time. If you want to display grid lines while printing, so grid lines will not be printed. So for that, you will be including rows and columns. If you want to
What is
take
header and footer for?
header is the information which appears on top of the page. So you have a textbook on all the pages. It will appear NICT computer education. So in the bottom of the page, so click on OK. In the bottom of the page, I want to include the page number. Click on this hash sign. Say OK. You can see it in the print preview. So on top of the page, it's going to print the company name. In the bottom of the page, you'll have page number. So you have different types of views. What are the different types of views you have? What is the default view? It is normal view. So if you go to page layout view, you are able to see the header and footer. But then you have this sheet is not a page. In one sheet, I can have n number of pages. So you can go for this page break preview. So you can come to know in one sheet, you have n number of pages. Okay. So you have a number of pages. If you drag it, you can check it out. See, you can see a dotted line here. It means that this is one page. This is another page. You can see that clearly by going to page break preview. Either you can reduce or you can increase number of rows or columns to be printed on your page. Then I have told you pivot table. charts, spark lines, slicer, link. Hmm? Then I've told you about here also you'll have either in the status bar you can see, or I've told you about custom view also. I've told you about new window. In one worksheet you have, in one workbook I have a number of sheets. In each sheet I have different contents. If I want to view in one workbook in different sheets what are the content, I want to view it at a time. You can click on new window and then go to arrange all. You can select vertical so that you can see what are the contents that you have stored in different sheet at a time parallelly. Are you people there?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Then split. You can see the information present in first few columns as well as last few columns at a time. If you want to view both, I told you use split option. It will divide your window and you will get scroll bar so that you can see the content present in first few column as well as in the last column by scrolling it. I've told you about macros. If you want any information repeatedly in your worksheet in different pages or in different sheet, you can assign that in a macro so that whenever you run the macro you can get the same content and it is existing unless and until you don't delete the macro. Till then whatever information you have assigned in that macro it will exist. Is it clear?
Ma'am, how do you assign a macro?
One second. So I'm in a new workbook. So initially don't store any content here. Go to view, go to macro, go to record macro. So if you would like to assign a shortcut key, you can assign a shortcut key. You should not assign control N. Control N is for opening a new workbook or creating a new workbook. Control O is for opening an existing workbook. Control S is for save. Other than that, you are assigning other shortcut keys. So I've given control R. Now you can store any content here. Now you can see even in the status bar, you can see one stop button. You can stop recording here, or you can go to view macro. You can click on stop recording. Now you can run that macro by pressing Ctrl R, or you can go to view macro, select that macro name, run. Then also you're going to get that content. Clear? Unless and until you don't delete the macro, that macro exists. If you delete that macro, then macro is no more. You cannot undo to bring that macro back. Once you delete, you cannot get back your macro. But in your worksheet, if you have deleted anything, that information you can bring it back by clicking on undo. Clear? Then you
Yes,
have
ma'am.
switch
Thank you, ma'am.
between the window. So if more than one workbook is open, you can toggle between whichever file you wanted. Either you can work in this file or in this file. Or if you want to view both the file, go to arrange all, either vertically, horizontally, how you want to view. You can view both the files at a time, and you can work on any one of the workbook at a time, and only one sheet will be active at a time. You can work in that sheet. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so once you go through in Google, you try to take some quiz, try to log in and check next time when you have to take up your exams how to log in with the help of your mobile number and password, and the pin will be 123. So your exams will be on 7th of September. Go through the information from the beginning. Any doubts that you have, we can discuss in the next session, and practice whatever assignments that I
Ma'am,
have given
can
to
you
you.
show once again, ma'am?
What ma? What I have to
Ma'am, how to log in?
log in? Go to Chrome or any browser. You type Zenox, Zenox, EXPR, student login. There you go for student login. Here go to student login. Here mobile number. Sign in. So login ID is your mobile number. Okay. Password will be NICT 72. Here for this for showing you demo, I'm using this login ID and password. Okay. Sign in. Then you go for this dash. There you go for exam. Then click on this view. So this is college advanced Excel. Click on this view. Then continue exam. So total questions will be 50. Each question carries 2 marks. Duration of your exam will be 60 minutes. You click on this I agree. Continue. It's going to ask you for a pin. Pin is 123. Start exam. Choose the appropriate answer for the question. Click on it. After attempting all the things, submit it. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am, on 7th September, when is our exam?
That I will tell you tomorrow, ma. They have given me the
Okay.
information that exams will be on 7th September.
Okay, thank you.
Ma'am, do we
Okay.
have classes on 6th?
Tomorrow will be the last class, ma. Tomorrow anything, I'll just let you know about it.
Okay, ma'am.
So we shall meet tomorrow.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Bye.